Good morning, guys. We are out here once again. I'm gonna start out the morning by trolling planers. I got my green machines right here, my two Avid 50s. Absolutely love these things. And goal is get that early morning troll bite. There's been some wahoo around as well. And you never know what you're gonna catch. We might catch tuna, kings, and then once we have a bunch of bonitas, we're gonna make those meat missiles. I'll show you guys on how to prep those. So I'll see you guys out there. Yeah.
Slow down?
No, you can keep going this speed. It's not very big. It's like we're gonna have our meat missile. Yes! We need about 20 more of these. Haha! It's time to get to business, boys and girls. It is meat missile time. So let me show you guys what I mean and how we cut these up yesterday. We got two bonita there. Let's start with these two for now. So all I do is I fillet the entire side of the fish, of the bonita. I'm trying to get all the way up to that head meat. And here, you got different classes of meat missiles. You got real big boy meat missiles, and then you have little big boy meat missiles. So this one is going to be for the Avid MXL, so they're not going to be too big. I don't want to get carried away. But just like that, fish can't resist a fresh, long strip of bonita. It just looks so good down there. I'm a firm believer in fresh bait. I try to have everything as streamlined and as hydrodynamic as possible. Got 1, 2, 3 from this side. You get 3 from a bonita this big. So that's the wreck we're fishing, guys. It's in 170 feet, but it comes all the way up to, looks like it comes up 25, 40 feet up. Oh, feeling some thumps. Oh, look, there's got to be a fish on there. You see that? Yeah, he did swim out, but he's still in there.
Oh, you got it.
He's in, he's out.
Oh, one, two. Oh, no, no.
Either he ate it while it was in there, or he swam out.
He swam out.
Yeah. Pays to be patient and not try to break it off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a nice head shake.
Yesterday, but I don't know if it was another fish, like, you know, like you
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I hooked another one.
My nose
Just
is-
digging. Your knife got stuck again?
Yeah.
I don't think we should try to go right on top of the wreck. We gotta go on the sides. Looks, oh, it's a giant yellowtail. It is a giant yellowtail.
That is a
A
big yellow.
monster yellowtail.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
That is the biggest yellowtail I ever caught. Oh, it's a stud.
Look at that yellow.
Oh my gosh. Guys, check out the size of this freaking monster yellowtail. When people say flag yellowtail, this is what they're referring to. This is giant broomstick tail this thing's got. Look at how big that thing is. That is one of the most gorgeous fish we have here, and I think I'm definitely doing a catch and cook with this guy because this is just too pretty not to do. We caught it, we gotta clean it, we're gonna cook it, but we gotta go catch more. That was on the very first drop with the meat missile on the wreck, and it's the middle of the day, and we're catching quality snapper during the middle of the day. That's why I'm telling you guys, the meat missile bite is real. It entices fish to bite.
Andy says monster for up here.
How good does that look? That is an appetizing bait right there. Wow, already on. You see that?
Oh,
It
yeah.
got dropped. Oh, come on, get it. Hold on. Oh, it's still there. Yeah, there's something on there. It just wasn't pulling at all.
Big, but
Is it a king?
What?
It looks like a king or a wahoo.
Dad, look at that. Not even that.
Oh, no, it's a cuda. I think it's a cuda. Man, that's why it
weird.
was,
He was swimming right to you.
wasn't it?
That's why you didn't
It's
know
a
you had.
giant though, with the circle hook.
You got something to unhook him? One of those long grabber things?
No, I'll,
Because
hold on, watch out.
the thing is right there.
Watch out. Yeah. There we go. There's the hooks out. He's so green because he wasn't able to fight on the 50. But you never know what you're gonna get when you drop down a bowl of bonita. It was the oddest bite. Like I thought there was something on there the whole time, but I wasn't quite sure. So we're gonna let this guy go because he's green. We have no use for him today. So in you go, Bo.
Oh, man.
There it is. Giant porgy. That's awesome though.
Yeah, that's a big porgy.
That's the biggest one I ever seen. That's a stud porgy, Brian. That thing's giant.
We're gonna keep that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the whitest meat on this boat right there. Out of everything. What I want to do with this recipe, this catch and cook, is you liked that pan-seared fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it was so good, guys. And the pan-seared kingfish, we're gonna do pan-seared yellowtail. But to do that, I want to leave the skin on. I have a fork here, and a lot of people recommended to either use a fork or a spoon. You can scale your fish with a knife, but I just think a lot of things can go wrong because there's a blade involved in there. And I think a fork will give you a little bit more detail, and you can kind of get in those little crevices. So we're gonna go ahead and scale them out. That way we leave the skin on, because that pan-seared crispy fish skin is to die for. How's that, guys? I've been getting a lot of heat about my fillet skills lately, but look at that. You can see through the other side. There is no meat wasted on this fish whatsoever. It's a perfect yellowtail fillet right there. Welcome back to the kitchen, guys. Chef Vic coming at you. Now, I'm gonna try to record this voiceover in one go, so wish me luck. So the first thing you guys see me doing is I'm just fine-tuning the yellowtails, and since I did scale it, I just making sure that there are no scales left, no bones left. This is always a good precaution to take whenever you're preparing any type of fish. And one thing you guys will notice with these yellowtail fillets is yellowtail can be very mushy, but since this one was so big, I think it was a lot more firm than normal. Now, we're gonna come back to the fish a little bit later, but I'm gonna be making a side dish of these really just thinly sliced potatoes in the oven, and they are gonna be very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some potatoes. Check it out, guys. I got some brand new stainless steel bowls. I told you guys I want to get serious about cooking, and that requires you to get a bunch of different tools. So you guys will see me pick up a bunch of tools on the way with these videos. So I'm going and adding some olive oil to my thinly sliced potatoes, and we're gonna add some rosemary. Get a little bit of aroma in these potatoes, and sprinkle those on. And then next up we have some salt, I believe. Yeah, we got some, oh no, this is pepper. I'm putting in some pepper now. And then here comes the kosher salt. You gotta salt up the potatoes. Otherwise this is gonna be kind of bland. So we got the salt going in there. I'm gonna do a nice little mixture of these guys, making sure to coat everything evenly. That way everyone gets a little bit of love in that olive oil rosemary bath. Now you guys are about to see me put the potato slices on just a baking sheet, and I want to try to have as much of the potato touching the sheet as possible to really get it cooking good and to get it crispy. And I forgot we're gonna put some garlic powder on our potatoes, because would it be a Landshark Catch and Cook without some type of garlic component in there? Okay, so next thing we got going is, you guys don't see me make a whole lot of salads, but I went ahead and did a salad today. So I'm chopping up some cilantro here, putting it in the magic bullet, and I also have some ginger, some fresh ginger. Gonna go ahead and cut this guy up, and I just find it helps to pre-cut your veggies before you put in a blender. That way it gets really finely mixed there, so you don't have those big coarse ingredients. Got some olive oil going in my Pyrex, and I'm gonna add some just regular white distilled vinegar in there as well as some lime juice. So you guys see I'm going in the vinaigrette direction here. And then next up we have, love this stuff, this Thai sweet chili sauce. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. Honey to thicken our vinaigrette up as well. Some raw honey. And then we are gonna add it to our magic bullet, give it a little stir, and blend. And I really was going for a very uniform in nature kind of dressing, so I went ahead and really let this go. On to the actual salad. So we got a spring mix blend. I picked this guy up at Publix into our bowl, and we got to add some life and color to our salad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up some tomatoes, pretty finely sliced and diced, and then some red onion. It's crispy, it's sweet, it adds good color to your salad as well. Gotta throw some red onion in there. Go ahead and just sprinkle this guy up, and making sure to really separate those strands so you don't just have giant clumps of onion. And then I figured, why not toss some radishes in there? I had some radishes that were just sitting in the fridge, as well as one orange, I guess you could say, or yellow bell pepper, and toss that guy in there as well. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm trying to really work on my knife skills as well. Really taking that curling fingertip approach. And okay, so back to the fish. Now, for the pan-seared fish, you gotta have your fish fillets dry, especially the skin side, otherwise it will not work. You gotta make sure they're as dry as possible to really get that crispy skin exterior. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt. Gotta salt your fillets always, as well as some pepper, some black pepper, and some garlic powder. Love garlic powder. Very three simple key ingredients that add a lot of flavor. And just went ahead and brushed some butter onto the fillets as well. Our fillets go skin side down into the oil, and the oil is actually smoking. It's gotta be very, very hot, and you cannot use, or I don't recommend to use a non-stick pan. Definitely a stainless steel type pan, or a cast iron pan if you have one. And I completely forgot to score the skin on these guys. I was disappointed in myself, but I just went ahead and pressed it down with the spatula, because otherwise your fish will curl up. How good does this salad look, guys? Seriously, it is just, I love a colorful dish. It's fragrant, it's got a bunch of colors, it's popping, it's lively, and it tasted just as good as it looks. And our potatoes are coming out of the oven. They were in there for 30-35 minutes, and very fragrant, crispy, yet fluffy and soft on the inside. Go ahead and dish these guys up. Trying to work on my plating techniques as well. Nothing crazy fancy here, but that's also something I want to work on, is just plating. Make it, like I always say, guys, aesthetics is so important in cooking. And here is our pan-seared yellowtail snapper with the potatoes, with the salad. You got your protein, you got your starch, and you got your veggies. Okay, so what do you think, Dad?
It's so delicious. It's crispy, very good taste, no fishy at all. Very soft meat, very, very good.
Yep.
And the dressing on a salad is delicious also. And potato, like chips, crispy, good seasoning, very good dish.
So you like the pan-seared style of fish, the crispy skin?
Yes, very much.
Good. How you like the fish, Grandma?
It's very good.
Very good?
Very good.
That's what you say about all the fish.
Because they're all very good. Because it's true. It's good. It's not fishy. It's good taste.
How about your potatoes and your salad?
Everything is delicious.
A lot of people are afraid of skin on fish, which honestly I used to be. Like, you just don't really want to eat it. You kind of think it's gonna be fishy, but this is really good.
You were afraid to eat it last week.
I know, I used to be, that's what I'm saying. And it's really good, it's nice and crispy. It's not fishy, it's just like a nice crispy layer on the fish. It's really good. And sometimes when you cook yellowtail, it's kind of like mushy, kind of. And when you do it crispy like this, you don't get that like texture, like that mushy texture at all. So it's really good.
All right, guys, it is my turn to show you guys what I think of it. I've already eaten half of my dish, but let's go ahead and taste this. And now this very, very tender, flaky yellowtail.
Yeah, it's good fish, no? Good.
If you guys have ever had yellowtail, you notice how it could be really mushy and flaky. Well, this yellowtail was an absolute beast. It was a monster, and I guess because it was older and more mature, it was kind of tougher, just like with everything, any kind of protein, usually the older and more mature it gets in life, it gets a little bit tougher. But in this case, it actually worked for the yellowtail because it maintained its composure, and it was really, really good. This is the second time I've tried the pan-seared method with the skin on. You guys, try it. Just try it one time, you know.
Because the skin is good.
She even said the skin is good. The grandma who, you know, you guys have known, the grandma who, the fishy taste thing, well, she says it's good. It might freak you out. You might not be comfortable with it. Set your pan to really, really hot. Get it crispy. Look up a few videos on how to pan-sear fish. You cook it 2/3 on one side and then you flip it over. It is so good, and it's a real game changer for any fish dish. You could do it with snapper, kingfish, Spanish mackerel, pompano, most fish with a skin that's not really leathery or a very tough exterior. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be seeing all you guys, my land sharks, in that next video.